Welcome to Dutchess and Her Dukes, a podcast where I speak to New York City hustlers in pursuit of their dreams. I am Dutchess and these are my Dukes. Welcome, guys.
What up, what up?
Could you please introduce yourselves and tell us why you're here today?
Weapon X Wolf, here to talk about my music and talk about, New York life.
Nice.
I'm ЮSUF Ultra, business entrepreneur, music artist, creator, manager for Logan Wolf, and I'm here to speak on business.
Thank you for coming. This is exactly what we want to talk about. New York City life and business. Very intertwined. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your beginnings. Like, I know you're from Bed-Stuy. How did you get into music?
Growing up in Bed-Stuy was, can I swear?
100%.
Growing up in Bed-Stuy, growing up in Bed-Stuy was dangerous as fuck. I'm 43, so back in the day, that shit was crazy. Mm-hmm. New York was a different animal.
Oh yeah, you know? So gentrified right now. Bed-Stuy is a joke.
It is. I mean, when it comes to everybody having cameras and like having the option to film shit, back in the day, we used to throw rocks at each other's cribs just to get each other's attention, you know. And whether or not you pull up, you gotta go to check the homie. Like, we didn't all have phones, you know.
For sure.
Like that type of energy. So it's just a whole different animal. And you know, like I've been doing music since I was like 12 or 13, you know.
So your whole life, like you said.
Yeah, just
from
about.
Yesterday.
Yeah, just about.
It's amazing. And how did y'all meet?
Through social media.
Yeah, through social media. Yeah. He called me. I was recording with a homie in LES near Tompkins Square Park. And then I posted it, and then like another homie grabbed it and like posted it and shit, and then he caught it, and then I was working with another producer from Tennessee, a good friend of mine, but we split apart and stuff, but but he caught I definitely caught his attention, and then we linked up from there. It was good.
Yeah.
Cool. What caught your attention specifically?
Just had to look. It just, you know, I don't know. I feel like I'm really big on frequency, and I can just. Sometimes seeing something, it's just, it already triggers a message, so you already look like a star.
I love that.
And I feel like it's very easy for me to build upon that, to work around that, to develop that, artists develop that, so it was just match, it's perfect.
I love that. You're so versatile. Like, I had a chance to listen to some of your tracks that, thank you for sending, by the way.
Thank you.
And so versatile. So I wanted to ask you, like, how do you come up with it? Like, what's your creative process like? What inspires the songs?
It depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much formality when it comes to my etiquette and how I pursue things. I spend a lot of time alone, so there'd be a lot of situations where I would like watch anime or something, or I'd be like doom scrolling through something, I find a sample or grab that, chop it up, and then, you know, depending on my mood, like something happens in my life, like I'll lose like a friend or like gain a friend, or like there's no actual like process. It's really strange.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have ADHD. I'm sure like a lot of people do. So it's just that type of situation where it's like I'll get hooked on something and then build off of that, and then that'll become an entire album or an entire song, or, you know.
No, that's interesting. I love hearing about people's creative processes because some people need that formality. Like, every day I wake up at 7, I have to write, and then I do this and that. But I think it's very important to stay like fluid and open to like where inspiration may come from.
Type shit, for sure.
But hold on, what's your favorite anime?
One of them is Elfen Lied. I guess another one is Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell is really
That's a good one.
A lot of like cyber sigilism and like post-apocalyptic, you know, war and the politics there, like pretty interesting. Another one's Akira.
I don't know.
1989's Akira. You should check that out. It's crazy.
I used to watch Sailor Moon. I was obsessed as a kid.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah,
oh my god, amazing. Because a lot of like this generation, they don't know about Sailor Moon.
Yeah, Sailor Moon's crazy.
I watched all of Attack on Titan last summer. What are your thoughts on that? I have like mixed feelings, but I'm curious.
I haven't watched a lot of it, but it's good from what I've seen. You know, definitely not like a a manga, like check out Ninja Scroll, check out Akira, like the hand-drawn old school style. But Attack on Titan is like, yeah, it's good.
It's a good allegory too on the political system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's even though, and the character development is amazing, although I found it to be a little bit repetitive in its narrative.
Interesting.
But yeah. So I know you guys work with a label. You own your own label.
Yes.
Can you talk to me a little bit about it? Because I would love to speak on like independent versus, you know, major labels and how you position yourselves in this industry.
I kind of see us as a anti-label, almost like a talent agency in a way, where I look for multi-hyphenate creators, people that specialize in arts and different areas, different fields, and combine that. Just like how we see hip hop was created based off the turntables, I pretty much believe that art changes with technology. So now we're entering a phase of AI, and you know, there's a lot of artists, a lot of creators are very against this. So we're trying to find ways how we're going to lead that innovation and implement it into our creation process, not being dependent on it, but using it in a way that transmutes the next generation of music and sound and what that is to a listener. And so, yeah, that's just a little bit about what we've been doing.
No, that's brilliant. That's one of my questions and something that I think about a lot as a creative writer, and I'm also a professor, so we talk about like ethical usage of AI in creative writing. And where do you think this is going in terms of your own creation? Do you ever use it? Like, and let's be transparent about it. Do you ever use AI for work? And like, do you think it will replace your, you know, creative musical endeavors?
It's interesting because I've actually recently dabbled in a couple of beat making apps that require a little bit of AI influence, and you can dabble with the amount of AI incorporated in it. Like if you add like a snare or a sample or something, you add a little bit of the AI and it'll like draw in, and then you could take and add from that, you know. So it does help. It does have its like, I'm not like automatically driving down the highway and eating a hamburger, you know, like that's different, like when you're in a Tesla type shit, but like it definitely is helpful, you know. It definitely has its like pros and cons.
Yeah, what do you think?
I feel like, you know, just like anything, you have to understand whatever without it first. Like before you start using it for production or using it for video editing or whatever you're using it for, you should know the basics and the core of it first. Because you don't want to be, it's like a sprinkle, it's an enhancement, but again, it's not a dependency. I personally don't agree with it when it comes to songwriting. I don't agree with it when it comes to the actual voice of the artist.
For sure.
I see, again, more after the product is done. Now after we make this human-based music, now let's see how we can enhance it. So it feeding off of us, it enhancing us. This has to be, I think, controlled and spoken about, so it can create a more ethical usage of it. But yeah, this is all very new. This is awesome. That's shifting. No matter what, it's not going away. It's there. We see celebrities using it. I mean, I kind of feel like Drake kind of made that push with the Taylor-made freestyle between Kendrick. That was it, pushing it mainstream, and we saw the public reaction to it, like, get that shit out of here. But it showed you how voices can be manipulated and how, you know, that affects the artists, the listeners. But it's here. Regardless,
it's here to stay. It's inevitable that people will use it. I love that answer though. Like I always think about it in terms of like experimental art too, that like in order to break the rules you need to know the rules first.
Exactly.
You know, like Picasso, for example, like, he didn't start off by like drawing, you know, sketches of like abstract cubist like imagery. He was like a regular painter first. He was like formally educated, and like drew flowers and ears, like very specifically, and then he was able to break it into this like cool way. So I think that's what I'm getting from you about AI for sure. Like you can use it to help you to enhance your work, but not as a primary source. I think like using it for drafting lyrics is just really sad.
I feel like these are core elements that artists should already, you know, build upon. I'm not looking for creators or trying to build creators that seek this as a way out of learning. of actually being what an artist is, the fundamentals. So this is for people that are highly skilled and are ready to use that. It does take some bit of knowledge, I feel, to even dabble into that book, to open it.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Okay, so going back to the labels question, I know you guys work together and you're under his label, but let me play a devil's advocate for a second. Let's say like a major label comes up to you and offers you like a really great deal. I don't know like what an amazing deal for a new artist would be, but let's say $1 million. But they say you have to change like 60% of your work to adhere to their principles and like whatever it is that they want to push. What would you do?
Yeah, see, I don't see that as a great deal. I don't see money's not a great deal, and understanding that that type of grim reaper will always be on your shoulder, and even that, the contract we signed would go towards him before I could even make that decision. Whether or not I like trump on it and do it is irrelevant, because that's just gonna fuck you over at the end.
So you wouldn't do it?
Yeah, the more money someone will offer me, the worse idea it is to me.
Interesting.
Truly, like, because that shit's dangerous. It's dangerous.
And then it already kind of knows that you're worth. You already know that that's what they perceive you, so you're worth triple, quadruple that. So there's no reason to even rush at that point.
Yeah.
He already knows his soul is priceless.
And
so
yeah, and if a major label wanted to buy you out, would you consider it?
I've already been offered, and
really,
yeah, he's already been offered.
Oh man,
I'm not really interested. I'm really focused on developing and growing what I'm doing over here. Again, making an anti-label and kind of showing creators what the future is, because a lot of stuff are changing. Right here, we're here to kind of break industries, break barriers, and kind of set the new tone of what it is for the next generation of artists. And there's been other artists that have had to do this before us, from Kanye going through what he went through in the past couple of years. They had to get outed from Michael Jackson. What I'm doing is something that I'm not the first of, but I'm going to be propelling for my generation. And so with him,
like subsequently, like him doing that, and people are already approaching him and trying to buy him out, that means you're on the right track.
For sure.
That means you're doing something good, especially if they want that from you. They're trying to, take that away because make it theirs. Like everyone's closer to like, independency. They want a Coca-Cola and Sprite. And we're not about that. It's not what we're here for. It's not what we're standing for.
So creative independence is paramount.
Yeah, because we change the future. We create the future. We create the present. We get whatever we want. It's reborn in power. It's taken over our throne. Once we understood our worth and the really power of our art and what it holds in our voice and the magnitude of when it's projected, the money is irrelevant, because we get that regardless.
I really respect that, because I think it's hard sometimes for up and coming artists, maybe like who come from poverty, to say no to a very attractive monetary deal. So if you're able to like if you're in a position to say no, wow, amazing, good for you, proud of you guys.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That's amazing. Okay, so given what's going on in the world, do you ever feel like politics may inform what you do with your songs, or like do you ever get inspired or triggered to the point that you want to speak on the world events?
Yeah, I am working on an album after this album, around that term, around that like line. It's a really tricky situation. It's almost like, the politics on religion or the politics on holy wars and stuff. It's very tricky. It's very tricky to talk about. It's a constant state of, peril. People think that this is new. This has been happening since the dawn of time.
Facts. Big facts.
Whether it's war on the streets, whether it's from the 50s and like, the Bloods and Pyru stringing from the Crips in LA, and then them coming through to the East Coast, like whether it's, the Holy Lands battle, and this has been going on forever.
Since the beginning, since the biblical times, really.
This war won't.
It's not gonna end, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Until the Messiah comes.
And even then, if that's the case, there's gonna be another war. That's all.
Yeah. Hence why, like, maybe, that independence, artistic independence, which allows you, like, to speak on what you want to speak on.
Yeah.
Without this, like, political correctness label, you know what I'm saying?
I think now is a perfect time. I think if there's any time to use your voice or your art or to go for your dreams or to change the world, now is the time. There's been no better time than now. I feel like whenever there's something to fight for, there's something to live for. I think this is the time of change. So I don't know. I just feel like if anybody hears this, and especially for people that's watching, do it. If you're ready, if you want to take control of reality, take control of it. We have to take control of the reality that we're living in and don't just be submissive.
Yeah. I agree. I love that. Okay, so if you were to make a statement, either political or maybe like even on the music industry that could get you in trouble, what would you say? Say something that will get you in trouble. As far as like, the mainstream political correctness type of shit is concerned. Mm-hmm. And it may only get you in trouble with certain groups. I don't know.
I mean, that's all for the art. The art is always going to get us in trouble. And that's where we like to leave it in. I mean, every conversation we're not following political correctness. That's all I would say to that. We don't follow political correctness. We're going to say exactly how we feel when it needs to be said. And yeah, I think it's our duty as creators to serve the people.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love that. It's very profound, and I think that's a big conversation to be had too. Like, can you actually separate politics from art, or is it inherently like? I think art is always going to be political, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah, I agree. That's why at a lot of wars, you'll see political leaders destroying the art of the culture that they're destroying because they're getting rid of the culture.
Oh yeah.
A lot of. But like even Napoleon, Hitler, they were all attacking and taking art. When you take art goes hand in hand with culture.
Right.
And when you strip that down, you break down the morale of the people you're fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like type shit, like straight up.
That's straight up. I mean, as someone who was born in Poland and like heard about the Second World War my whole life.
Yeah.
Destroying like Polish like artists and intellectuals, and then like all the Jewish art and like books was like #1 task by the fucking Hitler's task force.
You break down the historical monuments, you break down the totems.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we're all
everything.
We're almost like aliens on this planet ourselves, and those things that leave those ideologies and that represent their culture, you take that away from them. They don't have a culture.
And then there's just like basic survival, right? Because like
what they do in prison.
First, it's like food, shelter, clothing. That's right. And then it's art.
Type shit. Yes. They take your clothes away, and then you're not yourself anymore. That's why when you on the island or something, you got the homies lace you up some tattoos and stuff to represent who you are, because you don't even have everybody dressed the same in there. You maintain culture.
And individuality.
Right, exactly.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your current projects.
Oh Lord. So I don't know. I was gonna name it some crazy shit.
Let's hear it.
I don't know. He doesn't like the name.
Nah, do it.
Let's brainstorm the name.
I was gonna name it Pink Noodles because
Pink Noodles.
Yeah, because when I was writing and doing my songs, I was like chopping it up and didn't have much food, and the homie was just like, my mom Duke, she sent me like, she's like, yo, my son, she wrote me like God bless you, that little like love letter and shit.
Oh, that's cute.
I don't have a father, so I have a mother. And so I open up the present, and it's like a 24 rack of ramen noodles.
I love ramen.
It's
like comfort food. I love it.
Type shit, and then ocean, what is it, cranberry juice and shit. And I was like, damn, like the hell. Like
it's good for cranberry.
When I go to the bathroom, it's gonna be pink noodles. So
I got it now.
You feel me? It's like that's all I was eating, making the whole song, like you know what I mean. And then I got my bread up and I was good, but like it's just like the heart of that was from that, you know, and then it reminded me like when I was younger and like, you know, coming up, you know, going to the deli, you get a beef patty, like, you know, there's a lot like in that album. There's a lot of that hood shit, like just bars, you know.
But that's good because people will relate to it.
This day and age, there needs to be more bars. There needs to be more lyrical continuity. There needs to be more structure in that. There's not a lot of that, and so bringing that back to this community, I feel like it's necessary, especially this generation.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Too much. Pardon me.
No, I'm sorry.
No, go on.
I have a terrible tendency.
No, my bad. You good.
No, I really wanted to say something about like your lyricism based on all the tracks that are unreleased. Obviously, the ones that I've heard, are they unreleased? All of them, right?
We're working on the production now to get them mixed and mastered as we speak.
Oh, okay, cool. I noticed like your diction and your flow is quite interesting. Like when I especially in conjunction or like as a juxtaposition to the beats that you've chosen, it's such an interesting like combination. Like that's what I would call like avant-garde experimental art almost. It's like very different.
Yes.
Right? Like I don't know if diction is the right word here, but like his flow is different. I was like a cadence.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering when I heard your voice, like where is he from? Like I wasn't sure, and then you told me you were from Bed-Stuy. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I would have guessed.
It's a very like all things complicated. Like my mom moved us out to Massachusetts when I was 3 years old, and then so I have some of that you know, like I don't know, hillbilly type shit in my blood. And then when I was 16, I was like, Mom, where am I from? She's like, you're from New York. I was like,
thank God.
Ran right back. My uncle was there. My uncle was there to take me in. And then,
nice.
You know, like, I've just seen a lot. Like I said, coming from the start and shit, you know, you get off that train and you see it, that shit was real. So, like, a lot of those bars are, like, from just the reality of what it was, you know? Like when I'm like in that song Off Track I sent you, it's like, you know, eyes low, take the loot out, suddenly eyes froze. Why, bro? We could shoot out, did it with eyes closed. Carpenter, take a tooth out. Dental work had a big fall. You know, like just poetically, like
I hear it.
There's a lot of inspiration from Doom, from, you know, my nigga fucking Ghostface Killer, like, you know.
I love Ghostface Killer. His voice is so sexy. I think he's like such an underestimated.
He's got that arc.
I love his voice. It's like, wow.
Yeah, Action Bronson tried to steal his shit.
Interesting.
That's old Ponzi. That's old. Yeah, he had him on YouTube. He funny though because he pulled up on YouTube. He pulled up because this is like before the gram. Like this is during the gram, but you know, like when YouTube had a bigger vibe like that.
Early days.
Before it was like, you know, before you can cancel somebody from like doing something or something. And Ghostface aired him out. He walked out of the room and he had like this big bag of weed in his sweatpants and like just aired him. It's hilarious. He was in some random like apartment building too that he rented. So funny. You know of Action Bronson, right?
Of course.
Yeah, Action Bronson, you know, dissed him and shit, like on like the NFL thing, saying he sounded better than Ghost. But you know, you gotta show love.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you gotta show love. You gotta be like, look, I get inspo from Ghost, and that's cool, you know, but he didn't do that, which is funny.
Is your favorite Wu-Tang member?
I mean, I guess I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I've met all of them, you know. Like,
yeah?
I got a lot of homies from Staten and shit, yeah. I can't say it out loud, but I rap. One of the artists from one of the sons of Wu-Tang is in this album coming up.
No way!
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not gonna say. He's in here. He's in the building.
Shit.
Yeah, he's in the building.
I wonder who.
He raps in.
Did you see that show on Hulu, the series on Wu-Tang?
Yes, I feel like
because there's a couple of sons in it.
Yeah.
Pretty good, but it's Hollywood.
Yeah. It's
I like ODB's son.
Yeah. He went on tour with them actually after.
Who? You?
ODB's son.
ODB's son.
Yeah, with Wu-Tang, but actual Wu-Tang for a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because you know, rest in peace. You know, ODB, we lost him. So.
Yeah, ODB, rest in peace, 27 years old. But I think he had like quite a few kids.
Type shit.
Yeah.
He had many of them. But you know.
But you know, the Reza, like when I first started working with Spade, whose studio we're in, I used to, like, I think of him as like the contemporary Brooklyn RZA. He's like so fucking locked in. Like, always.
So he's the brain.
Yeah, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. So I have a question about one of your songs. What's the, like, there's one song where you talk about cocaine. What's the meaning behind it? Is that like a metaphor for something, that cocaine shit, or not?
So I guess I was just goofing around. You know, that song's goofy. You know,
goofy is the one word for it.
Cocaine, something drained from, that's where cocaine came from. Fun facts, dumb facts. You can't get pinkies, palms, or elbows. You could only get thumbtacks. So it's just like goofing around.
Okay.
And it's true though, you can't get, only get thumbtacks. So it's just goofing around. It's just silly. That song's interesting. Yeah, that song's interesting. That beat is like an inspiration from like more of the Spanish side and shit. So that's why it has that like Latino flow to it.
Totally.
The instrumental rather than the lyrics.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have like Spanish blood in you?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I'm Spanish, Italian, and Creole.
Oh, nice. Do you speak Creole?
No, but I got a lot of family from like New Orleans and shit.
Okay. I hear it a lot in Flatbush.
Yeah, Flatbush. Yeah, Flatbush still got that bout it. So does Bed-Stuy, you'd be surprised.
I was surprised about something else. I went to a showcase last summer, and I'm pulling up to Bed-Stuy. I used to live around like border of Bush and Bed-Stuy for years, right? Before I moved to the Lower East Side, before I moved back to Brooklyn. And I pull up and I see like my girl was born and bred there. Like they have a building, her family old, right? And I'm going to pick her up, and there's literally across the street from her an organic spot for dogs. I'm like, what the fuck? This is Bed-Stuy? Like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, there's a strip of like
Jamba
restaurants,
Juice and shit.
like where the Turtle pub is at.
Yeah.
That's like the restaurant there. Oh my god, very like fancy. Like, who could afford that shit?
My uncle used to tell me, my uncle's interesting because he used to always be like, let's go to the African store. So we go to like the African spots,
Nice.
and buy like our black like beans, buy lentil beans, buy the rice. He made me wash the rice and wash the beans.
That's nice.
Do everything like that, like pull like the peas and everything, collard greens, yams, and then we cook all night and then do push-ups and shit. My uncle crazy.
Your uncle sounds fire. I want to interview him.
70 years old. He like we're in the crib one day, and our basement mad low, and then like little lights hang.
Yeah.
His boy Shabar is hanging out, and he's like my uncle like always wearing a suit, by the way.
Stop.
Yeah, he got that bop.
He's OG.
That New York bop. So he'd be like, yo man, he's like his voice like that. And yo man, I bet you do a backflip. And then Shabar was like, you ain't doing no backflip, Atta. No backflip. And he's like, how you doing? And then he's like, take his socks off and his shoes. He did a backflip and then cut his foot on the light.
Your uncle, 70 years old, he did a backflip?
He got six-pack, man. My man doing, you put the whole deck on the ground and you do push-ups. So the whole deck is gone. You do that college shit. Yeah. He had me on a regimen, like 5-minute showers, stuff like that. Yeah.
That's a great fucking parental figure. Yeah.
Bring me to Apollo Theater and bring me to church. And my uncle
God
crazy.
Bless him.
Yeah, my uncle crazy.
I'll pull up to church with him.
Yeah, you could.
It's good for you.
That'd be rare.
Yeah, that'd be
rare. I always want to go, but I feel like
there's a couple of churches.
Yeah, I would like to go with an OG like that. I would feel so special.
Have you been to the Apollo?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, 125th.
Yeah.
Harlem.
Really?
I spent a lot of time there when I was young because he had a lot of family up there. And so my uncle's crazy.
Harlem's also gentrifying, by the way. Crazy.
I know. I know, but it's not. Look, we're in a city where that happens. It's a Renaissance city, so it's designed for me. It's designed for you. It's designed for people.
But people migrate, right? Like from it's
designed. That also never changed, and that also like you look at the old black and white. You see all the niggas on the beam sitting down. You got Mexican, Spanish, Irish. On the old work beam.
I know exactly what you mean. Polish also.
Yeah, Polish all sitting down eating food, and they built the empire.
That's right.
And then it's like you'd be damned if you try kicking those people out, man. We built this place.
That's right.
You know, even if we don't come here from here, we like my forefathers come from Africa, come from Italy. Like they don't, you know, like everybody got to come to New York. That's what makes New York New York.
That's right.
You know, just because it's gentrifying doesn't mean it's not the city. Like you can go get it if you want to, you know, but doesn't mean it's a good idea. Like I wouldn't like,
Yeah.
you know, you don't send people to random hoods and shit, but like, yeah, they still got that gritty here.
For sure.
Know? So if you take it away, you can't really take it away.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I've been like really fucked up about immigration. Like this year, I'm like, damn, this is like so stressful.
Yeah.
But okay, we gotta wrap up.
Yeah,
so I just wanted to ask you one last question. What's my name?
Dutchess.
That's right.
That's right.
Thank you guys so much for popping into the studio.
Pleasure.
We'll connect again. Hugs.
Okay. Pleasure meeting you, gang.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well.
Yeah. And it's a cut.
Hey.
Nice.